we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them out, the 6-year man from Arizona. It's Nick Foles.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now Foles. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this inside the 30. North of 100 yards, the two scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him. That offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. As they run the counter play. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. And a give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Here's Foles. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Nick Foles with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Hoyer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
And this is going to be incomplete. Coming in carrying the losing streak, not the start that they were looking for. 3 and out on the opening drive.
So now everyone's looking at each other. And what I mean by that is, who's going to make the right play? Who's going to get us out of the doldrums? Who's going to get us out of this funk that they're in right now? They've got to find someone who will make a play, create a play, and get their confidence moving in the right direction.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down, but they'll get it back.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he's got room. Oh, some strong running. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he shows some mobility there, getting outside the tackles, moving to the right, making a nice play.
He had the whole field in front of him and was able to actually throw it about where he was looking, right? He said he moved to the right, had his vision there, and put a nice pass into the end zone for a touchdown.
That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. 1 quarter down. 14-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Reminder, a couple of good games still to come. Later tonight, it's the Steelers on the road in Detroit taking on the Lions. Then Monday night, the costumes will be in full force in Kansas City, I'm sure, as on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vinny Curry. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Hoyer. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Timmy Jernigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Hoyer. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Nigel Bradham in there to drop him yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back-to-back-to-back sacks, and it's 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now LeGarrette Blount gets set to go again on offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eli Harold coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's got some space here. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Now a handoff looking right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, that run wasn't very successful. They did have a big one on the previous play. So you get the sense that the offense is probing around, trying to find the ones that are going to work. And when they find them, they'll keep coming back to them.
Smith catches left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy who can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith.
A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. The business to take care of before that. goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. LeGarrette Blount with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. He can't get him down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
He'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Out to the flat for Hyde. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Niners on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And able to find Garcon. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Fresh set of downs here. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we've come to halftime here. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, he'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Foles being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right on the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're they're saying, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody who's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board, they're happy that they kept it and did that. So very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe he just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win or add to our lead.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They go play action here on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. And here we go on first and goal. They'll run high. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Well, I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Gold now out to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They'll begin here with Blunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it was the sticks. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
The officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now here's a carry heading left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. LeGarrette Blount with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Try and start this drive in the air. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He dumps it to Hyde. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The kidder here, it's complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They'll set up a throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Now a handoff here to his running back. Not a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The rookie from Alabama, Reuben Foster. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Escaping the pressure right. And he connects with Ertz. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. First down and goal to go from the 7. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. LeGarrette Blount, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he has the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vinny Curry in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. A play fake to Hyde. Now it's Hoyer. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now Hoyer. And it It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. They are in the 4th in Buffalo, and it was the Raiders who were able to come away with a victory there. Derek Carr, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because...
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The rookie from Stanford, Solomon Thomas, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
And there he is, Solomon Thomas, the number 3 overall pick in the NFL draft of 2017.
His versatility is what excites San Francisco. Plays inside, plays outside. They expect to see plenty more of that from him.
And getting the first sack of his career on that play. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now Foles. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The rookie from Stanford, Solomon Thomas. And it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And Charles, I think...